Okay, we're on the second video now for the Texas style blues progression. Nice little boogie with that. Now, first of all, to recap, I'm assuming that you know your A minor pentatonic scale. So I'm assuming you know this from fret 5. The shape is on step 4 of the PDF file that you got. And you'll notice there's some dark blue notes over there. Notes, that note, those two, and also those are the notes from the actual riff that you learned. So these notes here that I've just played actually form part of this. Forms that, and the scale contains those notes within it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the backtrack again. You can't see my recorder, it's there. Okay. And I'm going to show how just this one position will cover all 12 bars. Check this out. I'm not going to go out the shape, not going to go fancy, just nice and safe. You can see there, I didn't change shapes, didn't change positions, I stayed there the whole way through, even though the chords changed. Because a frequent question I've got that I've been asked is, when I go from A to D, do I have to take this and play it from D? Don't have to. Yes, you can, but you don't have to. Now, for this study, we're going to go from the minor pentatonic, position 1 that you've just learned, or you should have learned, and I just demonstrated rather. And we're going to go to where it says D riff in step 4, and this is your second pentatonic. Well, second shape is position 3, so let's give it its correct name, position 3, and it's going to sound like this. That's position 3 of the A minor pentatonic scale. Now this has exactly the same notes as this. Same notes. But to facilitate, there's an extra note that actually doesn't come from the pentatonic. It actually comes from the diatonic. I'm not going to explain it now, but the scale can use this note inside it as well. Now, the next position is going to be position 4 of the A minor pentatonic. It's going to look and sound like this. So I'd like you to learn those scales, perhaps pause the video, learn them. They're on the sheet, step 4. That was the E riff I've just played. They all contain the same notes, and each of those will facilitate, in other words, it will cover this riff. That fits inside position 4. That fits inside position 3. And that fits in position 1, being your A minor pentatonic. So what I'm going to do now, just to give a different angle. Remember, in the beginning, I soloed only in position 1 from the 5th fret. Now what I'm going to do is when the backtrack changes, I'm going to jump to a different position to show that it also works. Check this out. Followed the chord sequence, also works. Now for the last jam, I'm going to do it anywhere I feel like. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to follow the chord sequence. I'm going to see where, might sound a bit arty, but it's sort of wherever the mood takes me. Okay, so I'm going to start up here just to show that position 4 will actually work, and I'm just going to play only using those 3 shapes that you've learned. So you're going to get a lot of mileage from these 3 shapes, a lot of places to play on your guitar. You're going to get freedom on your fretboard, and that's what you want to have. You don't want to be limited to a certain specific place. We've got enough to deal with scale shapes, but let's check this out. one string might have slipped a bit when I went to the fret 17 there, but this over here, that part when I went really high, is basically A. So I took the A minor pentatonic and played it from fret 17. It also works. Now, in the second video, I'm going to have a look at the modes to see how we can get out of the pentatonic and introduce the modes just to see how different sound can develop. Now, obviously, there's minor blues scales with these notes in. There's major blues scales with these notes in. For example, there's a whole lot of different scales, but second video, we're going to look at the modes because we don't often use the modes to solo blues with, just to give a different angle. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.